guys, my name is Shannon and this is Bookerly. Alrighty guys, so forgive me in advance because this video doesn't have a whole lot to do with actual books, but it's more of an introduction to me, considering this is the first video that I'm putting up on my channel. So I'm figuring if you stumble upon my channel, you're not really sure who I am, should you follow me, should you not? This hopefully will give you a good idea as to what I like to read, who I like to read, kind of get you an idea of what I will be reviewing, what I'll be talking about, to know if you even want to follow that at all. So I'm introducing myself. As I said, my name is Shannon. I'm 28. I live with my husband and two little girls in Pennsylvania. My two girls are 3.5 and 1. My oldest is Amelia and my youngest is Thora. And we are a family of readers. Like, we read. I'm sure that's not really unique for Booktube, but anyway. So we like to read, so what? Why are you making a Booktube at all? Well, the reason I'm actually doing my own channel is because I'm not a stranger to YouTube. I actually vlogged for years under a different name, but I was like a mom and family, lifestyle, breastfeeding, natural parenting, cloth diapering, whole channel, whenever I had my youngest when she was, still really little. I did that for years and I had a blast. I made friends that I know and feel like I know better than I know like personal in my real life friends, right? I know, that probably can be a good thing. Anyway, last summer we had like a health scare in the family, just life happened and I fell off of vlogging. It wasn't important to me anymore. It kind of was on the back burner. And then, weeks turned into months, I probably am 8 or 9 months out from the last time I vlogged, which is the longest I've ever been. And I don't know if I'm gonna ever go back to that channel or not. But I will say that I really miss vlogging. I miss putting up content. I miss meeting people. I miss knowing people and having like friends and having like an online social presence. But my girls are getting older. I don't know if that's something I want to do anymore. And I thought to myself, what can I vlog about that really is about me? Because when you're vlogging like the family vlogging style channel, that's all about your kids and about your family. And there's not really much about me. I feel like I was losing who I was a little bit. Anyway, so I stumbled upon Booktube kind of accidentally. A friend of mine started a Booktube channel and I was like, what is that? And then another friend of mine followed suit into a Booktube channel, and so soon I was not only seeing their content, but I was subscribing to other vloggers and learning about like TBRs and wrap-ups and bookathons, which the concept was terrifying to me. And I'm getting more and more excited. I'm like, I have to do this sometime. And I've really been wanting to do this for a long time. It's just getting back in front of vlogging was not something I felt comfortable with anymore. I had been so out of practice. I just hadn't picked up a camera and a tripod and filmed in a long time. So that is where I am. That's why I want to go back to vlogging. I miss it. I used to love doing it. So I figure, let me do a channel that has to do with a love of mine. And here I am. So getting to the meat of the video, I'm actually going to talk about some books. Imagine. I feel like this is an important part of the video, so if you're watching it, you get an idea. Is this someone that I want to watch? Do I really want to hear about the books that she's going to be reviewing? Because my taste and what I like to read may be completely different from yours. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the books that I like to read, the authors, and I'm going to read off some of the books that I've been reading lately, and like especially the higher rated stars, what I've been really liking. I'm not going to go into detail about those. I can do a whole separate video about specific books, but this is just an idea for you. Like, should I read what she's reading? Should I watch her? Heads up, if you're a fantasy reader, probably not the channel for you. If you're a historical fiction reader or like someone who likes biographies or memoirs, probably not the channel for you. So my favorite author of all time is Stephen King. That gives you an idea of what I like to read. I like to read psychological thrillers. I like to read horrors. I like to read suspense novels. I really like to read contemporary literary fiction. That's kind of my genre. I've been recently dabbing my toe into other genres because there's only so much of the same thing you can read over and over again. So books that I've been reading lately that I have given either like a 4.5 or 5 stars to are Into the Forest by Jean Hageland, which was a 5-star book, but it's actually not a psychological thriller or a suspense. It's kind of like a survivalist novel, which I guess is suspenseful, right? Yeah. Fates and Furies by Lauren Groff, which I think was a 4-star or a 4.5 star, and that's more like literary contemporary fiction. It's not like a thriller or anything. I'm pretty positive I have given Sharp Objects, Dark Places, and Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn at least 4.5 or 5s a piece. So far, everything that she's written, I have loved. Once again, with Stephen King, I read Mr. Mercedes recently, loved it. That was A1 for me. The Road by Cormac McCarthy was definitely a 5-star rating for me. Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler was a 5-star book for me, and that was more YA, which is surprising to me because I'm not really a big YA fan, but that book and that writing just completely sold me. That was fabulous for me, and totally outside of my realm. You by Carolyn Kepnes, which is a psychological thriller. Yeah. Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, I think was a 4-star, and that was more like science fiction dystopian type of thing, but it was one of the more unique books I've ever read. So I mean, it was awesome for me. A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay, which is downright horror and 5 stars, rock solid writing. And one of my all-time favorite books, The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, was a 5-star book for me too. So I've read many, many more books than that. Don't worry. I do read more than one book a month. I mean, I'm not a speed reader, but I can definitely read more than that. But I think that that selection was a really good encapsulation of kind of what I read. A lot of representation there of what I like to read. So if those are the kind of books that you think you might be interested in, or the kind of genres that you might want to hear reviews about or book talks about, then subscribe to me because I will be talking about those. All right, that's everything. Thanks for listening to me rattle on and on and on. I will see you guys later. Peace.